The mode calculation is a type of average where we select the item that occurs most frequently. We had a survey of 40 people and asked them to rank a soft drink. Here's the rank categories. Notice sometimes we use a number, sometimes we use text. Here's the survey results, and what we want is the one that occurs most frequently. From the number category, 4 and 2 occurred most frequently. From the text column, the categories great and blah occurred most frequently. Now, this doesn't tell us anything about the count. The count is not what we're doing here. We can do that with formulas or pivot tables. We just want to list all the possible modes, and we want to do it with a formula. So when our data changes, our report instantly updates. Well, it's June 29th, 2020. So anytime we make an Excel video, we got to talk about Microsoft 365, which is much easier than any other version. We'll see both ways. This is how easy it is, though, if you have numbers. Well, there's mode functions. Single just gives you 1. Multiple means if there's a tie, it'll list all of them. So tab, I simply highlight the number column, Control-Shift down arrow, Control backspace to jump back to the active cell, and that is our formula. Because guess what? If I hit F9, of course it sees 2. 4 and 2 occur the most frequently, tied with 10 occurrences each. And because this formula delivers multiple answers, Control-Z, in Microsoft 365, when I hit Enter, it simply spills. Now, on older versions, well, we still get to use that, but we have a few steps. The first thing we have to do is use that result inside of count. And in earlier versions, even though this is an array formula, when you have an array function inside an aggregate function, all you have to do is hit Enter. But we need that because we need a formula that we can copy down and stops at row 2. Now we have to use the if function, and there's our formula number incrementer that counts as we copy down 1, 2, 3, 4. And whenever it gets past row 2, comma, then what do we want? We want to show nothing. Otherwise, we have to use the index lookup function. And the items we're looking up are those. The row number will be our formula number incrementer. And this formula also doesn't require Control-Shift-Enter in earlier versions because the array argument in index is programmed to understand array formulas. But I do have to Control-Enter and copy the formula down. Now, what about if we have text values? The trick to text values is that we need to convert these to numbers. And the way we do that is with the match function. Now, I'm using Microsoft 365, and we're going to do exact match. So instead of match, we use XMATCH. The default is exact match. Now, in the lookup value, we highlight all of the values, Control-Shift down arrow, Control backspace, comma, and then lookup array, that same range. And when I close parentheses, well, what does match do? It tells you the relative position of an item in the list. So right here, we'll get 1, 1. Here, we'll get 2, 2, and so on. So when I hit the F9 key, wow. With relative positions, we have converted text values into number values. And now we can ask which one occurs most frequently. Control-Z. Well, we use our MODE.MULT. And when I hit F9, you're not going to believe it. Out of all of those relative positions, the one that occurs most frequently is 2 and 5. Now, those are the relative positions we can use in index to deliver the actual text values. Control-Z. Now we use index and the array. Control-Shift down arrow, Control backspace, comma. And in earlier versions, we couldn't do this. But with Microsoft 365, we know there's 2 relative positions. So index will deliver multiple modes. Now, of course, when you have a spilled formula, notice the formula is grayed out. The top cell is the only one that actually houses the formula. Oh, wow. In earlier versions, well, we did get to use aggregate inside a row number. That pulls out with function 15, which is small. the relative positions 2 and 5 as we copy the formula down. And of course, then index looks it up there. This formula also doesn't require Control-Shift-Enter because the array calculation is inside of the array argument inside of aggregate, which understands array formulas. So we simply Control-Enter and copy it down. Now we can test. This person actually wanted 2, which is blah. And instantly, we no longer have multiple modes. We have a single mode. Control-Z. All right, Microsoft 365 and the amazing Excel calculation engine. It's that easy with number values. And this amazing formula, it's that easy with XMATCH, MODE.MULT, and index. All right, if you like that video, be sure to click that thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe, because there's always lots more videos to come from excelisfun. And if you want to learn more about other types of averages, check out these videos from my statistics class.